The passage of Tropical Storm Nana as a weak Category 1 hurricane over southern Belize brought with it gusty winds overnight that peaked at approximately 75 miles per hour. While the weather system was expected to produce torrential downpours of up to 10 inches in certain parts of the country, there was little rainfall associated with the tempest. Instead, gale-force winds wreaked havoc over several communities in Stann Creek District, including Siltgrass.
Basically, based on our assessment that we did earlier this morning, we found out that 16 families have been displaced because of the roof fell off, or some of them went flat to the ground.
The roof on this building, which has for years been used by the community for various activities, such as summer school and religious outreach, has also collapsed.
I was here right next door, and some folks, because places, yes, were open, but they got crowded and people have been scared of the COVID. So they actually called and said, can we come over? And I said, yes, we'll open the doors to not only this building, but the other building beside me as well. And even I'd open my home. And it so happened that when it was about around 11:30, coming on to close to 12, and then we felt for about an hour, the wind started coming in. And so at the last, just before that happened, the winds really started gusting, and we locked up everything, and all we could hear is a big explosion. Boom! And I said, oh my gosh, what's going on out there?
That frightening noise was in fact the sound of the roof crashing down upon the lower structure.
The lights went off, the water tank cover blew away. It sounded like everything was, and zinc was flying all over the place. So I heard everything firsthand, and it was scary.
Around that same time in Hopkins on Wednesday night, T.S. Nana was also busy tearing off the zinc roof from this elevated wooden house. Its occupants were seeking shelter outside of the village. By the time Adelma Salam returned home this morning, she found the rooftop on the ground below.
When I heard the hurricane is coming, I move out. So when I get the news this morning, they told me that the roof fly out. I feel sad.
Where did you seek shelter yesterday?
I moved out of Hopkins. I went to my father-in-law's house in Alta Vista.
You've come back to find that your roof is missing from your house. Talk to us about either the assistance that you will need to rebuild the roof or repair the roof, or the extent of the damages that you've suffered inside as a result of this damage.
Well, to be honest, I'm just renting here. I don't have a house to call a home. I'm just renting here. I'm working here in Hopkins.
While the burden of structural repairs will fall on Salam's landlady, other residents in and around Hopkins were busy removing debris, as well as fallen trees from their properties. The cleanup effort was led by Chairman Orlando Augustine.
We did today now, we did an assessment of the community. We haven't completed that as yet, but so far we have lot of damages in the community. We have some houses that have no roof. They now have identified 10 houses with no roof. We have 2 houses falling down. 2 of them are on the ground right now as we speak. And then we have a lot of trees that are across the streets, and we need them to be cleared out so that people can have access to their homes.
The buzzing of chainsaws and other equipment could be heard across the community. The movement of persons who sought shelter with family and friends could also be seen as they return to their respective homes.
We are very fortunate that we don't have a flood. The flood is with there last night. Again, we are fortunate we have heavy winds, but there was no rain. Only, they have a little bit of rain. After that, up to this morning, we don't have any rain this morning.
Back in Siltgrass, the damages at Alvarez's nursery are significant. Noe Alvarez, a botanist by trade, is picking up what's left of his garden center. Rebuilding, he says, will take some time.
It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money right now. You could see a lot of plants get destroyed. But the life continues, so we have to fight for the life. We still will continue to do this. We just start and try build back.
Reporting for News 5, I am Stann Creek District.